Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of MidRank Madness. Today we have a game between WerderJens and elithedon on Mech Depot, the latter edition. In the top right-hand corner of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is elithedon from Easy. And in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is WerderJens. So a PvP of a gold, platinum, or diamond level game set to be at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Mid-Rank Madness. These were screened by actually Don Campbell, who is best known probably for composing the Into the Void and Mid-Rank Madness ending songs you hear every single week. Just fantastic songs all the way around. Into the Void and Korshala Adun, I believe, is the name of the one you'll hear immediately after this cast. There's a link in the description to his website where you can hear more of his music and find out more amazing stuff. All right, look at this Forge First from WerderJens, which means, the Cannon Rush! The Cannon Rush against elithedon. Pull the probes. I mean, we don't maybe pull all the probes into this one. Really? Okay. I mean, did they get there you go. You want to know how you shut down a Cannon Rush? You kill the opponent's probe that's sitting in your base. That's it, right there. And meanwhile, elithedon blocks the expansion of WerderJens, and WerderJens chucks up his Nexus anyway, just in a really, really suboptimal position. All right, works for me. Wow. And the resources lost here is going to be disgusting. 175 to 0. That's like an infinite more amount of resources lost. That reminds me, I watched the Ninjago Lego movie over the weekend. Took my kids. They really enjoyed the Ninjago TV show that's on the Netflix and on, I think, the Disney Channel had it originally. Interestingly enough, not the same voice actors, not the same storyline. It's the same characters, but again, they all have different voices and they all have different kind of characterizations too. So it's kind of a loose connection to the Ninjago TV show, but it was really good for what it was. In and of itself, I really enjoyed it. It was a good time. If you're looking to go to a Lego movie, whether you have kids or whether you're just a Lego kid at heart, I recommend it. Definitely do. All right, so we're settling down to a more standard game here after that Cannon Rush attempt utterly failed. Elithedon's expansion's coming up way later, but I think that's okay. Just because Werder's, yes, his is done, but man, look at the distance he has to go to mine. Also, he's not putting any probes on it, so it's doing effectively nothing at this point. Photon cannon up for defense at the front, and holding the wall at the front door of elithedon's natural is Bob the Zealot. Bob the Zealot is, he's struggling a little bit to hold this. I don't think he can, to be honest with you. Cannons up, getting rid of this pylon that elithedon tossed down. And I mean, it's done its job now. Killing the pylon might actually supply block elithedon. Let's see if it does. Another pylon's coming up. So 29 of 31. And like for 2 seconds? No, not supply blocked at all. But should throw down another pylon. Because I just made one. Why am I so close to being supply blocked? And the answer is because this pylon over here died. Same thing with Zerg. If you send an Overlord across the map, just prepare for the fact that it's probably going to die. Just be ready for it. Who's getting the higher tech here? Cybercore for WerderJens is not even done yet. Cybercore for elithedon is totally done, which gives him an advantage. Twilight Council coming in here too. Blink Stalker pretty good in PvP. I actually just cast a ton of PvP in the Gauntlet Global Open number 16 on Sunday. If you haven't tuned into one of those yet, you probably should. Honestly, I cast with someone else. Falcon Paladin casting with a co-caster and live StarCraft 2. Oh man, twitch.tv/Gauntlet SC2, 6 p.m. Eastern. Is when you want to tune in. If you want to see the beginning, if you just want to see the finals when like the amazing players are involved, it's probably about 2 hours later is when you want to hop on over. But regardless, come say hi. Come say hi. Somicron stops by. Mini Titan stops by too. We've seen Eli jumping around as well over there. If you have come by to say hello and I don't remember you, I apologize. Those are the ones that have really stuck out thus far. Somicron's there pretty much every week. And speaking of Somicron, if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, you probably should. There's a link in the description. Talk about the Rick and Morty and the Game of Thrones and food and the difference between food in Australia and the United States of America. We learn why McDonald's French fries are gross now compared to 10 years ago. That's something you probably should find out. That's what we call a tease in the industry, ladies and gentlemen. Again, free podcast, an hour Once a week, really not much of a commitment at all. You can listen to it on your commute. Double Stargate follow-up for WerderJens, which, I don't know. I don't know what it is, you guys, but cannon rushes are often followed up with Stargates from Protoss players. I don't get it. I don't get it, but we're making Void Rays, man. The Void Ray follow-up, more popular in the low levels than I think in the high levels. Yeah, it's going to be Oracles if your name is Haz. That's what the follow-up to a cannon rush is. It's going to be Oracle, 100%. So, double gas up, actually quadruple gas. Just now coming in for elithedon. Look at him, how early he wants to get this gas. He's got his probes ready to go as soon as the assimilator warps into existence. Which is kind of amazing, really. This is like trans-planet warping in, right? Like, this is coming from Shakuris, I think? And all the way across time and space. The fact that it only takes a few seconds is kind of insane, if you think about it. And I don't know, should you think about it? Maybe you shouldn't think about it. Void Rays continuing to be made by WerderJens here. And if that's all he has to defend against these Zealots, I think he's going to be okay. Now, here's the thing. Zealots, good in PvP, but not alone. Zealots with Stalkers, Zealots with Archons going to be okay. Zealots walking right past these cannons. Oh, they've got charge. Are they manually targeting down these probes? All right, that's fine. Manually killing probes is totally awesome. And did really only one probe die? You guys, only one probe died. That was very, very sad, actually. For 4 Zealots, 1 probe lost its life. Elithedon says, never mind that. I'm going to make a 3rd base. Everything will be just fine. Got the Stalkers with the crazy Stalker skin. I think that's from the war chest. That's kind of scary, actually, is what that is. Warp Prism here, too. Oh, I like this plan. Warp Prism, part of the deal. So gonna... Oh, a 3rd base on the way from WerderJens. Wow, both players have exactly 46 Harvesters. Elithedon's up 69 to 63. His army supply is a tiny bit bigger. Stalker count looking pretty fantastic, but if you let this 3rd base go down, you're in trouble. This long-distance mining has got to be killing him. Income is definitely lower for WerderJens, but only about 200 minerals per minute. Maybe not as bad. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Not as efficient, or inefficient, as I've been crowing about here in this game thus far. This is the time to get additional gateways. About 7 minutes here. Once your 3rd has been established, or at least is warping in. Not a bad thing to do. Blink being researched by elithedon. And both players just kind of hanging out. Is what they're doing today. Alright, that's fine. You guys can chill if you want. Elithedon is just ready, man. He's ready for anything that might possibly come his way, but there's absolutely nothing coming his way at all. That's alright. 3rd base established here by Elithedon. 3rd base done by WerderJens. So WerderJens, despite his super failed cannon rush in the first stages of this game, is recovering fairly well. Immortal production has begun by Elithedon. Immortal's pretty actually garbage against Void Rays, as it turns out. Are there enough Stalkers to handle the Void Rays? There are 3 Void Rays and there are 8 Stalkers. I think so. I think that might be enough with some good target firing. Although, maybe. With prismatic alignment, the Void Ray DPS is pretty good against Stalkers too. But regardless, Elithedon has decided it is time to move out. Here we go. Warp Prism above to warp in reinforcements at the front door. Mothership. Wow! WerderJens going Mothership here at the 8-minute mark of this game. That actually might throw a bit of a wrench into Elithedon's plans. He does have an observer with himself, though, so that's good. He brought one of those along very nicely. I can't even tell how many Immortals are in this army. Is there just the one? Looks like there's just the one. Man, this color scheme, they really blend together in there. Immortals and Stalkers kind of look the same, actually. All right, so goodbye, probe. Thanks for playing. And coming on down. That does tell WerderJens what's coming. And what's coming is a lot of dudes. Does he know about this 3rd base? He doesn't, but he does now. But he does now. All right, so immediately going to take down this pylon. So photon overcharge is not a thing, but guess who's here? Bunch of cloaked Void Rays. All right, prismatic alignment up. No, there we go. Now prismatic alignment is there. Mothership core down. Void Rays burning everything apart. Did they focus down the observer first? I think they did. Oh, what a play. Zealot's still wrecking stuff on the ground, though. All the probes are completely gone. Ah, the Immortal's getting picked up and saved by elithedon to some level, but no! War Prism gets picked off. Oh, man. 24 probes killed. So lost all his probes, but did wipe out the army of elithedon, so that's good. If you're WerderJens, we got 3,300 resources lost for WerderJens compared to 1,700 for elithedon. So that's not fantastic. All right, so Observer, I mean, I think that's what happened, right? Elithedon's Observer was picked off very quickly by WerderJens. They were forced to attack the mothership. The Void Razors had complete impunity with which to attack. And it worked out. So 4th base coming up for elithedon now. He is not worried at all about what just happened to him there. elithedon's floating quite a bit of money, 1,800 and 1,400 resources. Zealot's coming in to maybe finish off this 3rd base. Kill some more of these here probes. Got the +1/+1. Immortal, can he take down the Nexus before the Void Rays blow him off the face of the earth? The answer is no. He cannot. Run sideways, Immortal. Kabloop. Little red explosion there. Templar Archives just now finishing up for elithedon, also getting additional gateways, recognizing he is floating some money, which is not helping him at all. If he had another 2,000, 1,000 of army, he probably could win this game right now. Spend your money. So somebody said in a comment on my latest Into the Void cast, they said probably the best tip for lower level players is spend your money. That's it. If you're spending your money, you're probably okay, as long as you're also making workers, I guess. A Storm being researched by elithedon, I guess. Maybe Storm's going to be good here against the Void Rays. They have a lot of HP, though. They've got a lot of hit points. 250 is a lot to chew through if you're just using Storm. I'd honestly prefer to see just a lot of Stalkers. I guess there are a lot of Stalkers, though. He still has 12 of them. 12? Yeah, and 7 High Templar. Jeez. With Storm, that's going to be all right. It's going to be just fine, if you ask me. Also, your 4th base is up. This is some pretty good macro style right now from these guys. Fairly impressed, to be honest with ya. +2 air R, +3 air armor, and +3 air weapons being researched by WerderJens. The Mass Void Ray is what he is feeling like is going to work for him now. Getting shield upgrades too. +3 shield. Is he going to have fully upgraded Void Rays soon? He is. He's already on +2/+2. At +2/+2/+2 at 12 minutes. Good gravy. All right, so how many observers do we have to counteract this? 3. 3 observers for elithedon should be enough. Maybe have one hanging back a little bit just in case. You know, the Void Rays here coming across the bottom of the map, going to try to sneak up to the 3rd and kill it. Checking for additional bases. He doesn't know his opponent has expanded beyond his natural at all, so this is a good thing to do. Meanwhile, more Zealots coming down to this 3rd base. It is completely unprotected. Oh boy, +2 attack on these Zealots now. Roar! Gonna chew these probes up. Nom 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 nom. Delicious. Void Ray does come in here, but it's gonna take a while to kill all of them, and I think all the probes might actually be dead before that happens. No, not all of them, but gee willikers, 50 probes have died. But guess what? 3rd base under attack of elithedon. Void Rays are here, not using prismatic alignment yet, which is smart. And here it is. Kick it in. Kick it in. There's the kick in. It's going to be... Ah, the Storm. Look at those Storms. Wait. They don't stack. They don't stack. You don't want to keep doing them all at the same time. But it worked out in the end, I think. Maybe? No. Several Void Rays remain. Oh, no. Well, by several, I mean 3. And nothing here can shoot up. Mothership Core is done. The entire army for elithedon is going to die. Oh, big old warping of Stalkers from elithedon, though. Nope. No. Sorry, Void Rays. You had your chance. You're toast. Yeah, so pro tip. Storms don't stack. If you go Storm, only the first one's doing any damage. Till it falls off, then the next one does damage. So Storm, wait for the first one to finish. Then Storm. There you see, that's how it's supposed to work. Wow, that's a lot of observers here in elithedon's army. So once again, coming in with a largely ground army. Ah, there are Stalkers back here, though, trying to finish off this 3rd base. Getting this 3rd base might be the end of it for WerderJens. Can you take these guys out? +3 attack on the Stalkers. The observers are getting picked off, dude. Doesn't want to fight. All right, another base getting warped in by elithedon. He's effectively cut WerderJens to 2 bases. We'll make it 1 since this main is mined out at this stage of the game. If you can kill this 3rd... you might slam the door on WerderJens' ability to come back at all here. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. WerderJens says, if at first you don't succeed, continue making void rays. That should be a shirt. That should probably be a t-shirt of some kind. I do have shirts, by the way. There's a link in the description to those. They're kind of mixed in with Overwatch shirts now. I need to maybe talk with my shirt guy and see if we need to find a new provider, but anyway, they are available. There's a link after this video. Not after this one. Not after this one, but after most of my videos, there's a link to it. In the description, there's always one, though. All right, elithedon hanging out, saying, perhaps when I am maxed out, I will feel brave enough to attack. Perhaps. WerderJens taking a 4th base north of his natural. Got double assimilator, double pylon. If needed for the double photon overcharge. So many gateways. elithedon spending his money pretty well with all these gateways coming in 8 at a time. Well, when you're on 5 base, having a whole ton of gateways seems like a legitimate way to do things in all actuality. All right, so double warp prism load up here. Going to try to maybe attack one place while also attacking in another place, which is a really good strategy you should try to implement into your games, if that's something you can do. All right, so Zealots just need to attack right here. Right, go, attack. Don't just, what? AI, dumb. They're trying to attack into the main base, but they can't. What is happening here? And the Zealots aren't even... oh, there we go. He's finally come to life. He's going to kill a couple probes before he dies, but he's fully surrounded, which is bad for him. Meanwhile, there we go. Zealot Immortal with a big old warping of Zealots here inside the main base. You could do this and then use this army to attack over here, for example, would be a really good thing. But doing this while the rest of your army kind of sits around and does nothing is not going to help you very much. It's really not. Zealots took out a couple pylons. They got a gateway. Some of the Zealots weren't doing anything for most of that time there. And +3 void rays are really no joke at all. Warp prisms getting burned out of the sky. Bruh. And that attack was okay, but probably not what elithedon was looking for there. Another giant warping, wow, of High Templars. Going to make these Archons. You know what? Archons would be okay here. That was a lot. Is that 16 16 High Templar he just warped in? That was 16 High Templar he just warped in. +3 attack done on the Stalkers, +2 armor going to help as well against the Void Rays. Warp gates everywhere. elithedon doing a good job, actually, sending his probes to locations where they are needed for mining. Could transfer some from the 3rd base to the 4th base, but that's fine. Actually, this is the 4th, right? 4th or 5th. Either one of those targets would be good. And a 6th now coming up for elithedon at 17 minutes. This is not bad. Not bad at all, actually. All right, so Zealot's deciding, I'm tired of this base existing. We're going to go ahead and surround half of it and take it down real fast. Can the Void Ray save it? No, reaction time too slow. Gone. 3rd base out, but 4th base and 5th base done for WerderJens, so he's all right. He's all right economically. He keeps losing probes. He's lost 61 probes in this game, but he's only down 65 to 60, so he's been macroing pretty well. Pretty well, I would say. All right, these are High Templar. These are not going to be Archons. They are saving up energy like they didn't know they're going to have to use it at some point. Because guess what? They are going to have to use it at some point. Oh, catch him out. Catching the Void Rays. All right, there's the Storm, but see them. Bam, 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 bam. And the rest feedbacks on the Mothership, I guess? All right, that's fine. Stalker's getting a nice concave here, too. Some of them hitting the Mothership core, which is unnecessary, but this Void Ray group is just getting absolutely decimated. Can they hold on? The answer is no. Stalker's got it, and bam, Mothership out as well. Did I call it the Mothership core? I think I did. That was a Mothership. That was a honest-to-goodness Mothership. And suddenly elithedon has the army advantage that he's been wanting the entire game. All right, going to take out this 5th base of WerderJens. Probes trying to get out of here, but they're blocked. Sorry. And 4th base gone. Can the 5th base be the next on the target for elithedon? He doesn't know it exists, is the problem. Let our enemy know. Scouting is good, you guys. Marching up into the natural base here, blinking forward. That's how you know a Protoss player feels like they've got the game won, is when they blink forward at something. Handful of Void Rays are here. 7 of them. Trying to get rid of these dudes, but there are so many Stalkers on the ground. 20+ Stalkers. Should be enough to get this thing down, especially since they're not cloaked or hidden in any way whatsoever. And Stalkers are the answer. are the answer to Void Ray in most situations. Even if they have a lot of armor, as they do here, eventually they will fall. Zealots join in the party. Zealots need to be in the front here, and that's the good game from WerderJens. Good game, well played from elithedon, showing a good manner. And that's it. WerderJens has been defeated. elithedon is victorious, and our Red Protoss player is our winner today. Excellent job recognizing what the opponent was doing. And then getting the Storm. I don't know if the Storm was really necessarily important there. Maybe Archons would have been a better use. I honestly think so. But that's okay. You got it in the end. Man, 2 motherships died in this game. That's a lot of stuff. 25,000 resources lost for WerderJens compared to 29 from elithedon. That's a lot. 86 Stalkers. It's a lot. 28 High Templar. It's a lot. Is that actually... How many... Wait. Did I say 86 Stalkers? 86 Stalkers, 42 Zealots for 39 Void Rays. That's pretty cost efficient for WerderJens, but just didn't have enough in the end. 101 workers died too. Jeez. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of Mid-Rank Madness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Before us, our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. Justice, our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Ascension is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu.
of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Kalarulas. Paramulas. Aklaranus. Naslaran. Kinalatu. Casar di Templare. Daramarga. Oshara Sashina.